our newest and bestest friend from Blank Children's Hospital. We're talking about the president and CEO of Blank Children's Hospital. David Stark is here. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you, Lou, very much.
You are getting all geared up for next week because this is going to be a lot of fun. We're talking about the Principal Charity Classic.
We are. We're talking about a great golf event. It's great for Des Moines, but it's also great for charity. Who thought golf could have been so much fun, but also raise so much money for charities? And one of those is Blank Children's Hospital.
And they do raise a lot of money, don't they?
Boys, in the last 8 years, they've raised over $6 million for the For Our Kids charities, and Blank alone has received $600,000 from that event. So we couldn't do what we do without the Principal Charity Classic, no question.
How does that money affect you guys, or help you guys out, I should say, over at the hospital?
Well, the money affects us in a lot of different ways. It helps with some of our services. One of the things that we provide is something called Child Life, that we don't charge a nickel for, insurance companies don't pay for, but you'll see some trained specialists in the emergency department at 11 o'clock at night blowing bubbles to help a children's IV get started. Or up before surgery, get to pick the flavor of mask that you have before then and play on the iPad. Money from the Principal Charity Classic has gone for that service.
I haven't even heard of those things.
All my children have benefited from that before shots and before stitches and things like that. And, you know, I'm a big fan of yours. I've had 3 kids born at your hospital, 2 kids in your NICU, and, of course, Nolan's been the recipient of a trike from the Principal Classic. So I feel a connection to this, and I'm so glad that this is doing some good things for Blank as well.
Well, we're thrilled with that. And you speak of the NICU, Jason, that one of the things that the tour wives did one year, a few years ago, was to buy rocking chairs for our NICU. We didn't have, and sometimes we have multiples. So you have twins that are there, and one of the things that we try and do is have mom and or grandma rock, or dad or grandpa rock their baby, and skin to skin, and we have numerous examples of where they've been able to do that in those rocking chairs that have been provided from the Principal Charity
We were just
Classic.
talking about the benefits of the skin to skin.
Yeah. So incredible things going on. We have another tournament coming up right around the corner, so how can we personally give back and help out the Blank Children's Hospital?
Well, one of the fun things we have this year, we always try and do something new. And one of the new things this year that's going to be the first of its kind across the entire PGA Tour is something called Steps for Charity. So it's, and oftentimes people think, golf, is that really exercise? Well,
yes.
It really is.
Yeah.
And when you walk a course like Wakanda, that's over 10,000 steps. 4.5 miles.
Wow.
And so we're doing a Steps for Charity challenge this year for Blank Children's Hospital. So we're going to encourage everybody, the golfers, their caddies, all the staff, but people that come out to walk and log their miles, and we're trying to get 5 million steps walked next week during the tournament.
Now, is that possible? Do you think that, did you do the math? Is it possible to get that many steps?
We think it's very possible. During the media day, we had 250 kids from local Des Moines school. You were there that day. And just that day, they walked 250,000 steps, just those 250 kids in that short period of time. We know it can be done.
Okay, here we go. We have a chart here as how many steps we're talking.
That's right. So you can see how far it is from, if you walk all 18 holes, that 10,684, how far it walks to the 18th hole, to the driving range.
Jason, you'd get 10,000 just going back and forth to the party deck.
But I could.
And it's easy to track. You'll be able to have, you can do this on the Principal Charity Classic app. You'll be able to track your miles there.
Really?
We'll be able to download it from a Fitbit or your Nike Fuel Band.
So they have an app. Okay, I'm going to write this down so we can use this.
Yep,
okay.
The Principal Charity Classic app, and it will detect, if you allow it to recognize where you are, it'll pick you up within a mile of Wakanda and start tracking your miles. So you put it in your pocket, on your hip or whatever, and we're also giving out free pedometers on the Saturday, June 6th. So if you don't have that, we encourage you to pick one of those up, register, and by Sunday morning, we'll know if we hit the target or not.
I want to see what you're going to be logging, because knowing you're going to be all over the place.
Yeah.
I'll be there all week, and I hope to add quite a bit to that. So that's my goal, and if we better do what we say, that's for sure.
Oh, I think you will.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great
Do you get to
cause.
play any golf out there?
I'm going to get a chance to play in the Pro-Am next week, so I was very interested in the weather forecast.
Looks good
on
so far.
Wednesday. It looks
Wednesday
good.
looks good,
So yes, I plan to do that and log a lot of steps on that day, and I'll be out there every other day as well.
And now, what's going to happen if we do achieve the goal? What's going to be raised?
So if we achieve the goal, Blank Children's Hospital stands to get $10,000 that will go towards services at the hospital. $5,000 from a local company called Quester, and it will be matched by $5,000 of the Principal Charity Classic.
Nice.
So how people can contribute,
That's
walk
wonderful.
and
Walk.
register
As
your
simple as
miles.
that.
We've got a fan zone there that we want to make sure you stay hydrated, wear your sunscreen. You know, we're all about healthy
So the
behavior.
fans can help out too if they register.
The fans absolutely can
All right,
register. It
that's
doesn't
great.
no cost to register. Get your miles in or get your steps in, and we'll count them, and you can do it electronically and a whole host of things. All get us to those 5 million steps. And this is the only time this has happened in the PGA Tour. We hope this will be an example for other
Right.
sites
We'll
to
have
take
to
advantage
get all
of.
over this next week too. So we'll be all over
Absolutely.
this next
That's
week.
wonderful.
That would be great.
And another way you can spread the message, that last visual we had up was talking about social media as well. The great way to spread the message about a great thing going on. Eric, if you want to pull up that last graphic we had of step 3, different things you can go with a Twitter account and Facebook as well. So get out there, take some steps, help out an incredible organization, and share your message on Facebook and Twitter as well, and use that app you were talking
Well,
about.
it sounds good. David, thanks for being here, man.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
We'll
Thanks
see you
for
next
having me.
week.
Hope it goes
Definitely,
well.
we'll come out and check you out and see how many steps you took.